Hey there guys. So I received an overwhelming amount of support and appreciation for my first video. And as a result, I've decided to shoot a couple more. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be creating a bunch of videos that are aimed at supporting those that are new to Zoloft and just giving you some information and idea about what to expect over the next couple months based on my own experience and the experience of others that I've read online. So if this is something that you would find helpful, please subscribe below or look out for more videos. And I really hope that it helps to make your journey a little bit less daunting. Right, let's get to it. So this video today is all about tips and tricks for those that are new to Zoloft to help make your experience just a little bit easier, because we all know that this can be quite a chaotic experience sometimes, and there can be a few thunderstorms in the mix. So any information that we have about what we might expect might make the journey just a little bit easier to handle. Okay, so number one, don't take it on an empty stomach. Unless you want to possibly ruin the rest of your day or experience some quite annoying heartburn, I highly suggest that you take it after some food or drink, whether that be a meal or whether that be a tea, a coffee, a juice. Taking it after something like that is going to make the experience a hell of a lot better. Numero due, just a little bit about when to take the medication. Some people find that that Zoloft can make them a little bit drowsy or lethargic after taking it, and they might choose to take this at night time just so they don't have to experience those effects during the day. Other people find that it can affect their sleep, and these people decide to take it in the morning. But at the end of the day, it's personal preference and just to see what works for you. I personally take it first thing in the morning, and I know a lot of other people that do, but some people decide to take it at night. Try both, see what works for you, but just make sure that you keep it consistent and you keep having it every day. Number three, get organized. With Zoloft, you want to take it every day and you don't want to miss one. So I suggest that you get an old lady pill box, one of those little pill boxes that has the Monday, the Tuesday, etc., all in each little separate compartment that you put your medication in, and it just helps you to stay aware of whether you've had it that day. Because we're all going to have and find that sometimes we forget whether we've taken it that day or not, and we're just not sure. So something like an old lady pill box helps us to keep on track. Otherwise, find a method that works for you. I like to keep track of how many pills I have when I fill the script for the last time, just so that if I do have an experience where I'm not sure if I took it that day, I can also count back to make sure that I've had the right amount. But see what works for you, but I guarantee you're gonna come across a day when you're like, shit, did I freaking take it? I don't know. Okay, so number four is don't drink like a fish while you're on Zoloft. You know, I highly suggest against drinking a lot of alcohol while you're on Zoloft because it can have some pretty terrible side effects. And I've heard this from a lot of other people as well. So if you want to avoid feeling like absolute caca, then don't drink a lot of alcohol while on Zoloft. You know, a couple drinks here and there is fine, but I've found that the alcohol reacts different in your body while you're on Zoloft, and I'm going to give a couple reasons why now. So the first thing that I found is that my hangovers seemed to be a hell of a lot worse, and they lasted anywhere from a day to a couple days. And in that time, I found some of my symptoms resurfaced. You know, I was more depressed, I felt more anxious, I felt a bit of hopelessness, and it felt as though that the medication almost stopped working in that time, which was not that good of a trade-off for a night of drinking that, you know, made me feel like shit the next day. And I also found that while I was drinking, I seemed to lose more memory than normal. You know, especially towards the end of the night, I forgot a lot of things, and I don't remember a lot. And you know, that can be a bit scary. It's almost like that feeling if you've had it, that when you black out drunk and you don't remember a thing and you're not sure what you did. Like, I'm glad I didn't do anything that I was ashamed of, but it was, you know, a scary experience, and one that happened both times that I drank a lot on Zoloft. And I've just decided that I won't do it anymore because it's not worth it. But see how you go, and if you can avoid it, do. But that's just a couple reasons why I choose not to drink a lot on Zoloft. All right, yeehaw, number 5. So when starting Zoloft or upping your dosage or changing your dosage, be on the lookout for some more serious side effects, such as agitation, nervousness, suicidal thoughts, headaches or like brain zaps, and lightheadedness, on top of those common physical side effects like dry mouth and nausea. These more serious side effects can pop out of nowhere and can actually feel like it's just you and you're having this experience and you've gone mad again and you're more depressed and you get real down, and until you remember that it's actually just because you've changed your dose or you started taking medication. So this is something to keep on the lookout for when you up your dose or when you first start taking Zoloft, that some of the experiences that you're trying to mitigate by taking the medication might actually become stronger, and that can be pretty intense. So I feel like that's quite an important one to note. And lucky last, if I've counted right, this should be number 6. And that one there is something that I think is also very important, and that's that timeline. It might take up to 4 to 6 weeks before you start to notice any positive effects from Zoloft. And this is something that I think is really important to know, because for me, I started to get a little bit impatient and I wasn't sure if it was working or if it was, taking too long. And, all of a sudden the positive effects do start to come if that is the right medication for you. But just to stay patient and hang in there, and that, it might happen earlier for you, but it also could take that, 4 to 6 weeks before the medication starts to bring some positive side effects. And, then it might take a few months for you to start to feel that stability, that evenness of emotions, that kind of a bit more balance in your life and a little bit less chaos. So a few weeks, 4 to 6 weeks for some positive effects, and maybe up to a few months for you to start to feel some stability. But, it can be anywhere in between that. It can be less, it might come on really quickly for you, or it might be more. But just hang in there and stay positive, and keep in check with on the Reddit page about how you're feeling, and also with your doctor and support group. And yeah, just note that patience is a virtue when it comes to Zoloft. Okay, so that's it for my tips and tricks if you're new to Zoloft. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I just hope that this helped just the slightest amount to make the whole experience a little less anxiety provoking. In my next video, I'm going to be touching a little bit on finding the right dose and just any thoughts that I have about how you can do that, because I've found from reading on the Reddit page and just from other things that I've watched, there's not a lot of information about dosage and when to up and whether you're at the right dose. So I don't know a lot. In fact, I don't have much experience at all, but I've got a couple ideas that I would like to share. And I would love to hear other people's opinion. If there's any other videos that you want to see and you want to have information about, please just comment them in the below, and I'll try and get to them and try and provide some information for it. And yeah, have a wicked day, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much.